What's up, guys? You got Dance here again from Cobra Kai. We're just gonna keep going on with our showcase here. So by name ascending. I was rusty at first here. So the last one we did was Sparrow. Now the next one we got is good old Judy Hopps. Probably third best, maybe fourth best Ranger in my eyes. Her biggest thing is her root ability. Rooting carrots right here on crits. She will basically her root grenades inflict a 10% defense buff that lasts until the end of the combat. On crits, if the enemy target has 3 or more defense debuffs, they're rooted for 5 seconds. And the ability has a 20-second cooldown, so she can root one person, and then 20 seconds later she can root another person if they have 3 or more defense debuffs on them, right? So they last until the end of the counter, right? So she's a good defense debuffer, so great for playing against tanks, and then she can root the tank and then go from there, right? She also gets crits, right? So she gains a 15% crit chance buff for 3 seconds. When she hits an enemy target, though, with a heavy attack after that, she'll take her crit and then it gets removed, right? It cycles on and off all throughout the whole match and all that, right? So her other ability, arresting volley, her special, she basically has a big radius. It's like the size of probably Anger's, right? 400% damage. Everybody's rooted in that circle for 10 seconds. I think you can boost that later, but we'll talk about that after, right? But it's basically rooting grenades, and it roots everybody hard, right? So she's the best. She's the queen of root. That's my best way to say it, right? At the start of all encounters, all enemies will gain a permanent 5% defense debuff, and this is her signature ability, right? So she's in your party, everybody is defense debuffed by 5% automatically, right? On specials, crit hits, right? On special ability critical hits, if the enemy target has 3 or more defense debuffs, they will be 10% chance of stunned for 3 seconds instead of being rooted. So it all depends on how it is, but stunned will be better than rooted because of the simple fact that when you're stunned, you can't move. You are totally screwed for 3 seconds, right? It cancels out when you stun people. I believe that cancels out their ultimate abilities, everything, the whole nine, right? So I believe when you upgrade that more, you'll be able to have a higher percentage of stun. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, her basic talent is all about either focus, because she's a ranger, or defense in her case, right? She can do more defense reduction if you level up her breach defenses, right? So she's good for taking out tanks, like I said, with high defense, right? And just keep reducing their defense and makes them easier to hit, right? Her roots, you can jack up to last more seconds longer. I forget what level 10 is, but it could be, I believe, 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds on top of what she's doing already, right? Countermeasures, whenever an enemy is defeated, she has a 50% chance at level 1 gaining a 10% focus buff that lasts until the end of the encounter. So each enemy is defeated, she's got a half chance of getting a focus buff, and then another focus buff, and then another focus buff. And then she can do up to 100% focus at the end of the battle, and she's hitting everything with pure crits. So she works well, but her attack is a little bit weaker than, say, a Gaston, right? You know what I mean? But if you use her countermeasures well, jack that right up, she can actually hit pretty deal. And her special now will inflict a shock that deals 2% damage per second on all targets if you want to make her also electrify, right? So she will shock, root, and chance of stun. That's pretty decent for ranger, right? So she's got a decent talent grid there, right? So we're gonna show her off now. Go ahead on 4-10, and we're gonna show off her rooting ability probably, and hopefully some other cool things, right? I'll go into 410 here. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna take these out, and we're gonna go down here. Hopefully I can find her right away. Good, her and Aladdin. That might work too well, eh? Oh well. I'm going to go into her, and I'm just going to go back into her abilities really quick here for hops here. Talents, and I'm just going to autofill it. You know what? I want to change her goggles. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to make this take too long. I want to give her focus buff. I want to equip the focus buff, hopefully. And that makes her really better. And then go back to play. Sorry it took so long here. 4-10. Bang. Confirm it. Judy and Aladdin. Let's see how well they go together. Might take more damage now because we're not playing as with a healer. I might end up dying. I'm not sure yet. Usually I can do this though. So you can see her speed is not the greatest, but her damage is pretty decent. She does about, I don't know, 200-300, right? At level 40 she is, right? That seemed okay. Need more heals? No, we'll just get some armor for him. I just want to show off her roots. That's a big thing with her. Alright, let's do it. So, root and shock, because I had that a plague. And if you guys don't know, over here on the right side, so I can switch to mini like that if I click her. And I can shoot at mini instead, and then shoot the other guys, right? So say if I want to go to that booth, or wait, I want to go to Judy, see? So if this switches, no problems, right? Sorry, I had that in the way. Aladdin's gonna die, I think. Just stop playing around here. Taking right out. Game over. Good job there. So yeah, Judy's really good with her, like, she's a decent attacker, but like I said, not the best of her class, right? But if you get her focus going up there, she can start critting hard and do a little bit better like that. So, she might do well with, say, Scrooge with her, or Sparrow, like I showed earlier, because he can do focus buffing too as well, right? So it's always good to use synergy together, right? So if you got a focus buff for attacker for, like, say, a ranger like her, you might want to keep focus guys together, right? In that sense, with a good focus buffer on top of that, and like I said, with heals, and you're good to go, right? So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and thanks again. Have a good night.